Okie dokie. Well, here we are. Just checking that my audio is working for 2 seconds. Didn't want that to break everything and ruin my entire life. Anyway, welcome back to Trust in the Sky, second chapter. For the last time, sadly. We arrived at the bottom of the core sector after felling a dragonoid, and, well, this is the last chance to change up any of your equipment before we head into the final confrontation. So, what do I recommend bringing? You want to have some form of confusion prevention, otherwise you're going to hate everything. If you have any equipment on Joshua from the previous fight, you will lose it. So it may be best to not equip Joshua with some of your stronger equipment for a brief moment, so you have some stuff to tinker around with. But definitely use the extra gladiator belt you got from Loewe. I'm putting it on Chloe because it'll give her access to... what is it? It'll give her access to stuff like Comfort and Sturm more often, which is going to be really important. In addition, I did a couple small augment changes. Estelle has the Silver Gem now and Septium Vein instead of a status inflicting quartz because she doesn't need it. And Septium Vein gives her access to Larcrest, which could come up. In addition to everything else that I've already done, it is not entirely necessary, but could be handy in emergencies if you have access to somebody who can cast a crest. Because the next set of bosses really love spamming strong, higher power arts at you. It's for that reason as well that I've given Kevin the Emerald Gem, because his survivability is paramount in making sure everybody else has enough CP to do their strongest attacks. That's also why I have HP 4s on everybody who doesn't have access to the Emerald Gem. Kevin also has the Water Gem because he is the highest priority target in terms of surviving attacks. In terms of equipment, I have the Dominion for Kevin with the Dark Messiah and the Spiegel Shoes to maximize his arts attack and defense. Nothing else I could put on that would give him better arts attack except for Ebony Shoes, which are too much of a defense detriment for me to bother with. Estelle has the Aura Guard and the Prometheus. I don't really see a reason to give her anything else, except for the 8 Divinations Garb in terms of speed, but that defensive hit is again a bit too much for my liking. And Chloe has the Aurelia dress and the Parthenon gear for max arts attack and max arts defense. If you've been saving your tomato sandwiches to use outside of battle or any out of battle CP items, you want to use all of those now to get everybody up to 200 before you head into the next fight. And whenever you are ready, save on up, and we'll come through. Couple Master Trappers, if you need to farm anything. But there's not much reason to fight them now. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the home of all that is sacred. Joshua! You passed the final trial. Excellent, excellent. Be proud. You are worthy to be present for the resurrection of the Shining Ring. The Aureole. Yeah, not interested in that at all. Thanks. I'm here to put a stop to all this stupid weirdness. And I'm here to get Joshua back. Ah, yes. Sadly, I'm afraid that won't be happening. What do you mean? Joshua, hey! No matter how you try to deny it, the truth remains. Joshua's mind is little more than a construct. The stigma on his shoulder is proof. Proof that he is of Ouroboros. That he is my possession. How dare you? Perhaps if Joshua had somehow erased the stigma of his own will, he could have found release. But alas, he never managed to get that far. It would be best if I kept him as a research subject for a bit longer. Such unbelievable evil. You really are as much of a twisted monster as they say. Goodness me, such insults, and how impotent they are. You see, I suspect Joshua realized very quickly what the stigma on his shoulder meant. Surely he knew something like this exact situation would occur. Yet he never breathed a word of his troubles to any of you, did he? Not even a whisper. And conversely, none of you were sensitive enough to notice his pain. What power these bonds of yours have. What complete earth-shaking potential. But come now, there's no need for long faces. You've been granted the privilege of being here for this glorious moment. All that remains now is to make the correct choice. Privilege? Choice? What are you going on about? Perhaps I should start from the very beginning. How much do you know, I wonder? About this city, and the events that occurred here with the Aureole nearly 1,200 years before our time. So that's the Aureole. It most certainly is. One of the ultimate artifacts, capable of producing literally endless power and shaping miracles with it. But the ancients sealed it away, despite its limitless, science-shattering potential. Why do you think they would do such a thing? Well... you were too busy struggling with what was before you to bother learning anything, I suppose. Well then, allow me to play the role of Professor once more and elucidate the truth of the matter. Millennia ago, Adios of the Sky granted humanity the 7 treasures. For brevity's sake, we'll say each one utilized a facet of reality in order to manifest miracles in their own way. Humanity split into 7 factions, each centered around a treasure, to pursue an ideal based on the powers of the given treasure. One such ideal was this, Liber Arc, a city in the sky with the Aureole at its center. A paradise removed from the troubles of the ground, where each man's gospel could grant any wish through the Aureole. Mankind lived a bountiful life here, absolutely free of strife. Over time, however, people's lives were swallowed up in the artificial bliss granted to them by the Aureole. Not just physical ecstasy, but even dreams were provided by the Aureole. False realities granted people long-sought spiritual fulfillment. The people of Liber Arc, dependent on miracles that were all but a narcotic, began treading the path to annihilation. The Ark's inhabitants lost all sense of ambition and ethics, and slid into madness and despair. Birth rates dropped catastrophically, while suicide and bizarre crime ran rampant, and the whole of society walked the path to a slow demise. But the Aureole passed no judgment on these people. It merely granted the miracles asked of it. And so the shining jewel of the sky became a den of evil and chaos. This was the situation Celeste Aureole and her conspirators faced over 1,000 years ago. They built the seal and the device towers, even as they fought off the guardians of the Aureole, which it sent forth to save itself. And, at last, they sealed not just the Aureole, but the entire city in another dimension.
That's what happened 1,200 years ago? I never would have imagined.
I will grant that the elder Aureoles did quite well given the circumstances. But think for a moment. The cost of Celeste's victory was humanity being cast forth into a land of chaos, forced to start again from nearly nothing. Think of all the suffering man endured then, and endures now, as man savages one another with endless petty wars. Can it truly be said that she made the right decision?
Well...
On the other hand, we have gained, or regained, orbital technology, and once again live bountiful, easy lives. At this rate, only two ends are possible. Either we continuously seek to dominate one another, and, unable to control ourselves, obliterate each other in an orgy of conflict. Or, like the people of old, we sink into narcotic self-pleasure, let automated systems run the world, and live as farm animals. Either physical or mental annihilation awaits. There is but one single path for humanity if it wishes to survive. The beasts of mankind must be led to the point where they obtain the two things required for true enlightened sentience. A flawless rationality, capable of resisting any temptation, and unswayed by even the fiercest of circumstances. And peerless intelligence, ever capable of finding the correct solution, unmoved by crude emotion. This is the true goal of the gospel plan, to do what even the ancients could not, to advance our minds to what they should be. You're actually serious.
What madness!
I would so appreciate it if you did not look at me as if I were a megalomaniac lunatic. Man cannot help but change and reform through fear when confronted with something beyond his imagining. In that sense, what better tool exists to drive evolution forward than the Aureole? I will guide mankind onto the correct path to salvation with this great treasure from Adios. That is my duty as one of the Anguis. My duty to Ouroboros and its master.
Boy, I bet you're a real hit at parties.
Not... Oh? What's this?
A flawless rationality capable of resisting any temptation and unswayed by even the fiercest circumstances? Peerless intelligence, ever capable of finding the correct solution, unmoved by crude emotion? What's the point of any of that?
It seems someone was sleeping during the lecture. As I said, mankind faces annihilation through either conflict or mental entropy. The only way we can...
No, I heard the lecture just fine. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm trying to say is, isn't there something we can do about the problems you described if we know they exist? It's like Joshua said to Loewe. We aren't completely powerless. They might not be guided by flawless, peerless, whatever. But everyone's working together to get through the crisis going on right now. I've gone across all of Loewe and seen it with my own eyes. Don't you think we're capable of getting along just fine without some kind of forceful grand transformation?
Really now, eking out survival by flocking together is how beasts and insects live. Is that really all you have to offer on the potential of humanity as it stands now?
Is there anything else I need to offer? Is there a problem with being the same? I mean, we're living beings too, you know. And heck, aren't I just talking about the strength of life?
What?
I don't think people are just animals, of course. I just think that living honestly, with that spark of life from others as your driving force, that's what it means to live. And people don't need to be omnipotent super beings or whatever you want them to be. People just need to be aware of one another and help each other out. But you know what? I bet people who sealed the Aureole in the first place felt the same way. I mean, sure, making miracles mundane and relying on nothing but them is really bad by itself. But the biggest problem there, more than anything, is that it makes it so there's no point in knowing or helping each other. That's awful. You're right.
A man can only be a man because it's others who make the man. You nailed it, Estelle. Huh. Still sticking to the mutual assistance argument, and invoking the power of human bonds of all things. I would ask you to read a history book before saying such nonsense, Miss Bright. An example of considering the overpowering nation-crushing machine called war. Is man not only capable of being ground beneath its treads?
Absolutely not! In the middle of the biggest war in Loewe's history, my mother gave her life to save mine. And because of that, I chose the path of a bracer. And now, look at me. I'm here to stop the crisis you caused and prevent another war from breaking out. All thanks, in the end, to my mother. Hell, I'd say you just made my point for me. People are not powerless. Not against anything.
You're quite good at trite answers, if nothing else.
If you really seriously believe people are powerless, then you've really convinced yourself humanity can only be saved by you turning us into emotionless super beings. And that makes you really pathetic, I think.
What?
I mean, that you'd never know the joy of trusting someone or helping them. To think that only your smug satisfaction comes from watching people struggle. That's too sad. But even if I feel sorry for you, I am a bracer. I can't ignore the fact you're getting a lot of people involved in your little pity party. Sorry, but I'm afraid we're gonna have to stop you. By force.
You ignorant little girl. How dare you talk to me like that? Very well, then. The Professor would like for you to prove your theory.
Ah!
His evil eye! Ah, damn!
What?
Do be patient for a moment, everyone. I promise this will be quite a show.
What are you planning, Weissman?
Joshua, forward.
Joshua, no!
Come, Miss Bright, do show me. You claim humanity can stand against forces larger than it? Show me proof you can stand against despair.
Fine. Joshua.
Oh, quite an impressive move. Leaving him with the Divine Blade for a while seems to have paid off nicely. It does always feel good to see a product of one's craft honed to an even finer edge.
You awful!
And now for the climax to our little show. Joshua, seize her.
No!
Estelle! And thus, the strength of humanity proves to be nothing more than a house of cards before a hurricane. But I am an academic, after all, I do understand the necessity of proof. So, we'll have Joshua provide the final test.
What?
What indeed? It will be a simple experiment. I'm going to have Joshua end your life. Once you are dead by his hand, I will break his hypnosis and return him to his senses.
No, you can't.
Oh, I do wonder what kind of expression Joshua will have on seeing you dead at his feet. Doesn't it just get your blood pumping?
Don't even think about it. If you do that, Joshua would... he'd...
Yes, this time his heart may just be crushed to powder. If that happens, however, all I need do is construct him a new persona. And then I can offer him the chance to become human yet again, and observe the result. I can hardly wait.
Stop. Stop. It's too cruel.
Isn't it? Now come, Joshua. End her.
Joshua. I'm sorry. I said I wouldn't die. I promised I'd walk with you. Joshua, please, no! But I believe in you. Joshua, don't give in. Don't run away from reality. Even if I die.
To be honest, if you did die, I'm not sure I could face reality. What? Yeah, that's checkmate.
Joshua?
Sorry, Estelle. I didn't mean to scare you like that. What? What? This is absurd. He can't possibly have reclaimed his will with the... Wait! The stigma! What happened to the stigma on your shoulder? Oh yes, that. The stigma you carved into my flesh and mind is gone. Thanks to you, it has been shattered. But how? I had a hypnotic wedge of sorts jammed into the stigma, keyed to a particular command. I've been poking at the wedge on my own since then, getting it ready to shatter the stigma the instant someone put pressure on it. What? You?
A what now?
A wedge. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to keep our promise the way things were going. So, I asked Kevin for a little hypnotic assistance after we crashed.
Kevin?
Guilty as charged. Honestly, I wasn't even sure what to make of his crazy plan at first. If he'd bet wrong, I dread to think what could have ended up happening. So, hey, good job on beating the odds there, Jay. Thank you, Kevin.
Well, not what I expected, but I'm not gonna complain.
Father Graham, was it? I thought you were just a fledgling little squire, but it seems I underestimated your cute bag of tricks. A mistake I'll not repeat. I say it's more the guidance of Adios than anything. I guess I really shouldn't expect you to get it. What with you turning your back on the faith and all. Besides, it wasn't really my idea to start with. Someone else gave Joshua the idea, and I just ran with it. What? Who else? No! Cassius Bright, damn you!
Dad? Oh! The letter he gave you before we got on the Aureole.
Yes. That was why he wanted to make sure only I read the letter, just in case anyone else was listening in. I suspect your best chance of breaking the curse lies in Father Kevin's hands. How to use that key is a decision that must be yours alone to make. Win your freedom by predicting what Weissman will do.
That's just like General Bright. Oh, for crying out loud. I could have dropped a hint about this at least.
Honestly, I've been worried about it for a long time. I kept wondering what you'd make me do if you took control of me again. And so knowing you, I decided to bet everything on one idea. That you couldn't possibly resist ordering me to do the one thing I feared the most. And sure enough, you ordered it, and that broke the stigma. I'm finally, completely free of you.
Joshua!
You foolish little child. If you had just obeyed me, you could have aspired to such heights. I could have advanced you in ways you cannot even dream of. Much like how Estelle turned you down once. I really have no interest in any of that. Besides, if I've learned anything in this whole journey, it's that one's path in life isn't given by someone else. It's something you find with others as you search for it, no matter how dark your surroundings. Absurd! The history of man is stained with the blood of fools who tried finding your path. Without a guiding light to shine on that road, they shall remain lost. You're wrong. We use the light we each give off to find our way together. That is how we found our way here through all your cynical traps.
That's right.
You do like your speeches, don't you? You shambling wreck of an enforcer. Show me then. Show me this light you claim will guide you through the darkness. And I shall show you in turn the blinding light of a loyal servant of the Grand Master, the power of the faithless one of the Anguis.
Bring it on!
The one being blinded here is you. So, Weissman. The Anguis, or one of the Anguis of Ouroboros, the Faceless, is accompanied by combat shells. Yippee! Weissman is annoying in several ways, but I suppose I'll let him speak for himself. Dimensional Exile. Completely removes the target from the battle with a status known as Vanish. Vanish is incredibly annoying because it basically stops you from acting at all and nullifies your turn down to a moot point. So, most of these enemies hit like absolute freight trains, and without Estelle up for the first part of this fight, it's going to be quite difficult. So, Weissman will use a couple of attacks, most of which are multi-target, between Thunder of Justice, Evil Eye EX, and Dark Matter EX, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong on that last one. Stella's back, but she has no EP because of Vanish. Dimensional Exile is an incredibly annoying attack. It essentially forces you to waste EP items, and I do not like it. You want to clock up EX Joshua as fast as you can, and then start getting everybody else up to speed. Weissman goes for another Thunder of Justice. Gonna EP charge 5. EP charge 3, sorry, for 500. And then I'm gonna Earthwall, Chloe, and Estelle. Thunder of Justice. God Shells can inflict Seal. But again, expect this to be particularly difficult, to a point where you may have to reset a couple times to get favourable RNG. if you do end up getting vanished before you can get a turn in, there's not much point in continuing that fight, honestly. Because you need all of the EP you can get to actually finish this fight. And vanish sets you too far back. Dark Matter EX pulls everybody together into the radius and then does its damage. Gonna set up an Earth Wall for after everyone else is down. Because these guard shells are particularly speedy enemies. The best way I've found of dealing with them is using area attacks. If you have damaging foods, they also work particularly well. Where are my coolers? There we go. If Joshua has a particularly low amount of CP, getting this fight started can also be problematic. Because you won't have enough turns to do all the stuff you need to do. Very funky. Fuck BX. Weissman's gonna go for some nasty crap. Or he's just gonna walk up to us like an idiot. Good drop tomato sandwich on Joshua. And then I'm going to have him attack one of the combat shells. And then we'll do Phantom Raid. If you have a particularly low damage party like I do, this is your best chance of actually getting the damage you need. If you could stop targeting Chloe, I'd appreciate it. Ah, attack ordering. Son of a bitch. Yeah, this fight's hard. You get used to it, though. Tomato sandwich. And then I'm going to Grail Sphere just to protect from Dimensional Exile. Not from Dimensional Exile. I forget how that skill works. God damn it. Well, I am screwed. Basically. Basically screwed. Ugh. Really now? Really, Weissman? Double Dimensional Exile? Are you fucking joking me? This is some horse crap. This is some horse crap. Oh my god. Now, can I actually cast Clock Down on them without being Dimensional Exiled? Weissman, please! Stop! Just stop, bro! Come on! Come on, man! Can I have a turn, please? A smiley face. Oh, no, of course I can't. So we're using the Gladiator Belt on Chloe. So she can get more comfers in on the enemies, which make them a lot easier to deal with when Joshua's up. If he could come back, that would be freaking swell. Thank you, Joshua. You suck. Buff Joshua's speed. I'm gonna go True Dual Strike. Deals about 400 damage. This is why I really, really like to bring Chloe along to this fight. Because Comfort has a lot of good utility. Not for Weissman himself, but for everything else he throws at you. We are just a bit too spread out. That sucks. Just gotta debuff the strength and hope. Thank you, God. I believe one dual strike should kill that. Yep. I'm gonna latte it all with Chloe. Just get everybody back up to full. Gaia Shield, just in case the worst should come to pass. Huzzah. And then we'll sacrifice Arrow. Need Chloe to get off another Comfort. The good thing about Licorice is that it's functionally lateral in the form of a craft. Which means even if Weissman vanishes Chloe, she's still got a lot of utility, which is why I like bringing her. Agate is also a good candidate to bring, so is Zin, because they rely heavily on having their multiple attackage going on. Weissman is preparing to use arts. Not a message you ever want to see. Gonna Gaia Shield just so everybody's covered. So, Weissman's favorite art, his super special secret sauce. He has Aureole down, which will remove everybody's shields, which is freaking annoying. Not as annoying as some of the other crap he can do, but still particularly annoying. Going to comp the only one who isn't compered. True Evil Eye. Inflicts delay on anybody it hits, unless they have a Grail Locket, in which case they will resist the delay. You suck! If you're wondering why I'm not bothering to heal Kevin or Joshua's EP, that's the reason why. The Mystery Paste is still useful insofar as I can heal off the status effects and the damage. Right. Now we need to start taking care of these enemies. Free Flicker. Gets rid of one. Dark Matter EX is fine. Doesn't hit for too much damage, it's just the move down that can make this fight a bit annoying. Because it gives you, I think, the same as 2 Petrospheres. I don't know if it's Petra or Terra, but yeah, spheres. Ooga booga booga. Gonna lock rest. No. Oh, hey, Kevin's back. Whee! Gonna Evil Eye EX. And Curia Bomb. Ooh. God damn it, Weissman! You asshole. You poopy dick. Even with Estelle's, like, laughably bad stats, she can still hit for big damage with the effect of Morale, which is really nice. Can I knock you up? Yes, I can. Amazing. Cultural Revolution. Weissman's S-Craft, another dimension. Yeah. It's not too strong, but it's a pain in the ass. Pain in my ass. Gonna comp for it. Never mind, I guess I'm not. Sue me. Blue Impact. Whee! There it goes. Weissman is prone to use arts. This is probably Dark Matter, so I'm not too concerned. I'm more concerned with what Dinkeldouche in the back corner over there is doing. Just want to make sure Kevin doesn't die by the next thing he gets hit. Wheel of Time, 2.9k, that's fine. Oh, bye, Estelle. Bye-bye. Just lost Mobius? Nope. Nope. Reviving Bomb, because I have no other use for them. You don't want to go too hog-wild on items in this fight. There's not really a big reason to. I'm just gonna full heal quickly. And then I can Earthball whatever Weissman's gonna do. Nice. I'm gonna instantly regret doing this, because he's gonna Dimensional Exile Kevin as soon as I do it. Oh, thank God Joshua can move again. Die. I'm fine with being Thunder of Justice. An Earth Wall. Drop another mystery paste. Huzzah! And then Trudel Strike on Weissman. Feels good man. If he's charging an art, it means he's not going to dimensional poo-poo suck you, so you can rest safe in the knowledge that that's not happening. Aureole, just patch everyone up on the crit. And then Trudel Strike Weissman. Lost Mobius, just like an owie, but it's fine because you didn't get hit by it. Who needs speed? Kevin. Yippee! Pop up another Earth Wall. Chloe can speed herself up. And Joshua's gonna get another sandwich. Dark Matter EX, whatever. I want Joshua to get that extra CP, I'm pretty sure. All the damage. It's big. I'm gonna protect everyone here. That's Aureole down, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he's low enough to do his Giga Screw You attack, so I'm not going to bother playing around it. Gonna give Estelle an EP charge. Trudel Strike on Weissman. Just keep shoving him back. Blue Impact. Very good. Death Scream. Yikes. Fortunately, it has quite a long delay on it, so we can basically kill him now. True Dual Strike. Ah, no crits. Boo. Goes for another dimension. Hits hard, but it's not enough to kill. Let's hit all. Coming up. Gonna give Kevin an EP charge too. You basically want to get Weissman down to as low health as you can get him, and then set yourself up to be in a good position for the next fight. Like that, pretty much. Chloe gets a level. Oh my, what a shock. To think that you would be so damned tenacious. Hey, Professor, about time you dropped that holier-than-thou act. Your confidence drains away because you know this is the end, don't you? Pathetic. You haven't even realized you're standing on your graves. What? Weissman, what are you doing? I had intended to offer it to the Grand Master like this, but I must change my plans. It's time you realize just what it means to oppose me.
What in the...
He wouldn't. Oh, no. No, no, no. Don't fuse with the Aureole, you heretical maniac! Uh-oh. Can't show that in a Christian manga.
How was that even... It can't be. What has he done to himself?
His overwhelming power. Can barely stand. Oh, this sensation is even better than I'd imagined. Shall we experiment, then? The power of apotheosis, unflinching reason, indomitable intellect, guiding humanity to the future. Godly Lancy Nana. There. A lesson learned, I think. A lesson in real power.
This is nuts! Our attacks aren't hitting him at all!
He's got some kind of barrier up. But if it's negating even our arts and our best techniques. Learn, children. The Aureole is the treasure of space. One of its very, very many powers is forming an absolute barrier incomparable to simple orbal arts. You cannot even touch me. The evil eye again! Weissman, let them go. Those eyes. Magnificent you may be, a wreck of an enforcer, but oh, what a waste it would be to kill you. I would much prefer to etch another stigma into the depths of your mind. Just as before, I'll give you a renewed sense of hope, then tear it out by the roots and leave you writhing. Nothing pleases me more than to see that shift in your expression from hope to despair. I do so look forward to it. I can't believe this. Forget bad taste. The only word for you at this point is sick.
Who? Oh.
Loewe. I suppose I should have finished you off. Though really, Loewe, what are you planning on doing? Not even your dragon can break the Aureole's barrier. I suppose it can't. I did have a question for you, though, Weissman. Just how involved were you in Hamel? Wait. What? Now what a thing to accuse me of. That was purely the fault of the Empire's hawks, no? Why would you ever think I would be involved? Because you're a snake. You appear before people in their moments of weakness and whisper plans into their ears that lead to their destruction. And in doing so, you achieve your goals without ever dirtying your belly. That's just your way of doing things. No, would he? The ringleaders of the Hawks were nothing more than political losers who had nowhere else to go. There were a few questions I couldn't answer at first. But even if even the war 10 years ago was part of your plan, it then occurred to me. Everything made sense. I see. It is largely as you surmise.
What?
Of course, really. All I did was introduce them to a band of Jaeger dropouts I knew and put the name Harmel in their ears. Just doing that was enough to push things to war in the blink of an eye. Simply one more testament to the sinful nature of men. What you've done is... It's unforgivable, you monster! One more sin for the pile, huh?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
I see. Essentially as I thought, then. You're taking this rather well. Personally, I was hoping you'd be a bit more resentful. Have you forgotten? I've long since learned to stay my anger. However, you knocked me out from behind back there. That is an insult that the Blade Lord cannot abide. That alone, I shall be paying back in full. What? Absurd! Absurd! The Aureole's barrier is absolute. It cannot be harmed by... Wait! That sword! Of course! Yes, the sword granted to me by the Grand Master. Just like your staff. It's a demon sword, forged through the divergent laws. Careless of me. Curse you. Get away. Get away, you insect! Too late.
No.
Loewe! Forget about me. Your path is clear. Strike him down. Loewe. You dare strike one such as I? No matter. The absolute barrier is but a trifle of the Aureole's power. I shall bring forth its full force and let you savor the despair. Oh, you want to talk despair? Well, here we go.
Okay, you. As a bracer, as a citizen of Loewe, and more than anything as a human being, I'm taking you down.
Weissman, this is the end. Angel Weissman has 84,000 health. Is accompanied by 4 greed lopers, which he can respawn at certain points during the fight. In terms of handling the greed lopers, they are rather annoying. They have the capability of draining 30 CP every time they hit you, and if this gravy train keeps up, you're going to start having problems. Want to start off by hitting everyone with a sacrifice arrow that can reach. Then a clock up EX on Joshua. And I'm going to give him a Mighty Essence. Then I'm going to use Tomato Sandwich. Weissman is preparing to use arts. And then I'm going to Phantom Raid at 200 CP. With a 20% strength boost, plus the 10% turn reel. This should hit for considerable damage. Crit on the only thing that didn't matter. Yikes. So the greed lopers are able to heal themselves if they are in trouble. And they hit and heal for almost all their health. Yikes. And then before Weissman can use his art, you want to S-break with Kevin. He will cast lots of all radius strong arts. So Arc Prominence, Cocytus, Cocytus, depending on how you pronounce it. Then there's... Arc Prominence, Cocytus, Ragnablast, geocatastrophe, which we just saw. Now is also the point where you can start busting out Zerum capsules and powders without feeling too bad. Because this is the final set of fights in the game. I'm going to be trying to save my Zerum powders for absolute emergencies. Wherever I possibly can. Because this fight requires a lot of patience. In a couple words. I'm going to escort with Joshua here. Kill as many of the Greed Lopers as we can get. I'm going to Gaia Shield, just to make sure we don't get domed again. We just want to make sure that that Greed Loper isn't able to heal himself. Oh, crap. Calamitous Star Shabbat will push everybody to the very back wall of the arena if they get hit by it. On a Comfort. Nice break with Estelle. Almost. Oh, damn. Steals 30 CP. But we can take care of it. Want to use Chloe's turn to heal everybody up. Now that Weissman is on its own, or on his own? Its own? I don't know. It's up in the air now that it looks like, well, this. If you've got the Greed Lopers down, you want to use that opportunity to deal as much damage as you can. You want to get Clock up on all of your damage dealers and strong arts casters, and just go ham on his face. Clock up EX as many people as you can get. Weissman is preparing to use arts. Estelle can stop that with the Gaia Shield. You can group up for this stage of the fight, but for the next part, you do not want to be grouped, so it's a bit up in the air how you want to do it. There's Kakaitis. So he has capabilities of inflicting lots of nasty statuses, like Kakaitis has 20% freeze, on top of all the other things he can already do, which aren't particularly friendly. You cannot inflict him with statuses like Comfort, so it's just for the Greed Lopers. Figured I'd show that off there. You have to be very careful with the CP usage as well. Otherwise, you'll end up not doing much damage to Weissman at all. And just wasting time. Which is the worst thing you can possibly do in this part of the fight. Just gonna make sure Stella's also protected. Yeah, Star Shabbat. It's fine. Gonna move Joshua up to the top. Move Estelle in. And then an Earth Wall with Kevin protects everybody from this spot. Very good. Power Light Enil. It will heal you from being KO'd, so it will revive you if you are dead, heal you for about 1000 HP, and then inflict Confuse on that party member, which is why confusion prevention is the most important thing you can bring into this set of fights. Otherwise, you'll have your party hitting each other constantly, and that never usually ends well. I'm gonna move Chloe up. Essentially, what I'm trying to do is have a wall of people behind Joshua that can earth wall. And then if he ever gets knocked back, he will get knocked back into that wall of people instead of being flung all the way against the side and having to walk all the way back up to Weissman. As for Chloe, she can just spam damaging spells. And what's the word? She can use Licorice whenever her CP is above 100. In emergencies, here come the Greed Lopers. Weissman will summon them back in much shorter numbers than when the fight started. So if you've got the capacity, you can take them out. Clock down, just to make sure they don't get enough turns to cause any real problems. And I'll put up an earth wall. Godly Lance Inanna. Hits for about 8k damage on an unshielded character. Which can be, you know, problematic. Going to Earth Wall on Estelle's turn. Chloe can heal herself. And then I'm going to have Kevin use Sacrifice Arrow, and the characters won't be knocked back because they have Earthguard up. And I can get everybody boosted. Gonna Earth Wall the middle there, because they're all out. That's that taken care of. Now we can go back to damaging Weissman. And it's basically rinse repeating this formula until the health bar goes to 0. Which is why I bought the party that I did for Weissman. Because this fight can be a particular bitch. Earthguard, la-ti-da. And then Joshua's gonna poke Weissman twice. Whee! Gonna Blue Impact, because I have extra damage. Weissman's gonna get a crit, but it doesn't really matter. Gonna morale. Preparing to use arts. I'm gonna move Joshua over into the center. Move Chloe up. I'm gonna use Sacrifice Arrow with Kevin. Just gotta keep the CP up. There's the strongest wind element, Grand Stream. And it's basically just cycle, cycle, cycle. Just keep wailing on Weissman when you get turns. Use the EP charges to keep Estelle, Chloe, and Kevin's... almost forgot his name. Keep their EP up, and use the Gladiator Belt trick with Kevin to keep everybody's CP up. The good thing about the characters being positioned against Weissman is that you can Sacrifice Arrow without them moving too far as well, which is just a nice bonus. So other than that, Gospel Weissman. Angel Weissman isn't too bad of a fight. He is perfectly handleable. It's just a bit tedious. You just need to be careful that you don't burn through too many resources fighting him. Otherwise, you could have a problem a bit later. There's another Greed Loper. It really didn't spawn at an amazing time, but it could be worse. Want to give Joshua a Clock Up EX, get him back up to speed. And then Can't for the Loper. Going to Sacrifice Arrow. Boop, 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 boop. Geocatastrophe is probably the attack you want him to do the most, because it doesn't hit that hard. The one you don't want is Grand Stream, because that is Omega damage. It's dead. Very good. And now we just spam blue impacts and blue ascensions. Whee! The more turns we have, the more turns we're getting CP up as well, which is nice. Angel Weissman. Estelle doesn't actually have anything to do this turn. Just gonna blue impact. Yeah, well, that went about as good as I thought it was gonna. Dual Strike for about 6k. And if Kevin doesn't have to set up any defensive stuff, the best thing he can do is attack to raise his CP a bit more. Just gonna have Chloe go for another blue ascension. Abyss Fall is the Giga AoE time attack that inflicts Feint, which is particularly bad if it hits. But, you know, if it hits. Estelle can just refresh defenses. I'm gonna have Chloe give Joshua a tomato sandwich. Here comes Godly Lancy Nana. Now that we're basically in the cycle for this fight, you're fine. There's not really much Weissman can do unless you run out of your EP charges. As long as you have like 20, you should be fine. It's ultimately dependent on how much he screws you in phase 1 with Vanish. Sacrifice Arrow, just buff everyone out. Earth Wall. Chloe casts Blue Impact, same as usual. Joshua 2 Dual Strikes. Yippee! Life goes on. Gonna have Estelle refresh everybody's speed. The really good thing about this boss is how crap its repertoire of attacks are. All it can really do is spam high-level arts at you, which aren't too threatening, all things considered. As long as you are careful with the way you play, you should be fine. He's on less than 10k, so I'm not going to bother True Dual Striking anymore. I'm just going to try and get as much of my CP filled up as possible. And my EP for that extent. Also, when he is charging arts, his arts defense and defense go down dramatically, which help a lot. Either way, after this attack, Weissman is toast. So I'm just gonna stall. For a bit. Oh no, Calamitous Star Shabbat, whatever shall I do? Just want to latte all. Gonna give Joshua the sandwich. And then we're gonna slap Weissman in the face. Boop. Bye-bye, Weissman. Your tenacity is both impressive and frustrating. Frustrating, you see, for it is pointless. Behold now the infinite power of the Aureole. What is? The Aureole, it's... Ah! Ow. Oh. Oh dear. Angel! Like being hit in the face with raw heresy. It looks like he's really starting to lose it. Come on, guys. Take him down and let's get back to Loewe. Here we go. So... Angel Weissman, on Nightmare Mode, has 120,000 HP and is accompanied by Alpha Omegas. 4 of them, to be exact. So, you want to kill the Alpha Omegas immediately. If you don't, well, you're fucked. In the nicest possible way, you are screwed. The Alpha Omegas will take away tiles from the battleground underneath us. And if you take away enough tiles, well, problems start to arise that I'll elaborate on when they become important. But pretty much, everybody in this fight in your party needs to have as much move speed as they can get. This is also the fight where you should use your Zerum capsules and Zerum powders, because this is the final battle. So if you have any left over or any spare, you want to use them all here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the fight off by giving Joshua a Mighty Essence. And then I'm going to use Phantom Raid. Does about half their health-ish. Then we're going to use a Zerum Capsule. go again. And then we're just gonna... we're just gonna give him a sandwich. Angel Weissman will power up his defense. Angel Ring is a single target attack that's basically like the Luminous Overwheel used by... oh god, what's his name? Colonel Richard in first chapter. Sacrifice arrow. So, Angel Weissman's affinity will change between phases of the fight, where he will have a 200% weakness to certain elements, and 0 weaknesses to everything else. This also includes physical attacks, so don't bother S-breaking him if you don't have one of the elemental talismans in your equipment slot. You will just be wasting your time. Gonna have Joshua S-break right there. Yeah, we'll Earth Wall. So, if there are none on the field, Weissman will spawn an Alpha Omega. You want him to be doing that more than he's actually attacking you, because he hits like an absolute freaking freight train. Chloe has most of our arts damage, so I'm going to be clock up EXing her, and she is the priority to protect. Weissman has just turned blue, which means his element switches to water, so fire arts are his weakness. This is the worst possible thing he could do for me in particular, because the only way I have of hitting him now is time arts. Yeesh. So. Oh god, Joshua. That was the worst time you could have missed. Oh, that's very bad. Okay. I want to give Kevin speed, but it's not going to matter much at the moment. I'm just going to lateral. Nice. We need heals, and Kevin needs the speed. So, that attack it just did removes a section from the field. You can see if I use move, that section is completely gone now. it's replaced by a blank space, and you cannot move to it. If this happens too many times before you lower the health of Angel Weissman, you are going to have an issue. For now, us grouping up isn't too big of an issue, but it will be later. I want to steal that enemy crit somehow. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. Removes another space from the field. I want to do something that has a particularly low delay. I'm worried about Chloe getting launched a bit too far. Gonna Earth Wall again. Doot. Serpent Strike Agobu, attacks from underneath. Can hit anywhere on the field, but it's basically just a normal damaging attack. Damn it, Kevin! Let's go Chloe, just to make sure she's safe from whatever's going to happen. We want Weissman to change colors as soon as possible. I also want to try and move up. Spawns another. Gonna clock down. Earth will protect everyone again. We just want to slow them down more than anything. Can use my last EP charge too. And the name of the game now becomes, can Joshua delay them consistently? Also, we really need Weissman to switch, but he doesn't want to do it. That was the wrong target. We're going to very quickly Soul Blur. Uh-oh. I'm gonna use the Resurrect Jelly. And Kevin's gonna have to Earth Wall. Chloe has no speed up, I forgore. Weissman, please. Lots Aureole. Done the Alpha Omega. Just attack delaying the Alpha Omegas and giving yourself as much time as you can is really important. Oh, God. I just don't like this phase at all. Okay, awesome. That is the best possible thing he could do for us. If he switches to red, you want to pummel him with blue ascensions. $5,000 damage. Absolutely the most important thing you can do. Screw healing, screw any of that noise, just spam him with water attacks. Even Estelle, who has the time gem, is dealing 1.6k. Switches to green, not a problem for us. That just means Chloe's going to be on support duty. Just gonna Soul Blur the boss real quick. Switches to being neutral. So now we can hit it with other attacks. Gonna sacrifice arrow. Going for damage on Angel Weissman now that he can be hit normally. Switches back into this defensive phase now. Wind. Got it. You can hit him from pretty much anywhere in the arena. So I'm going to go for a Plasma Wave through that enemy. Joshua Job still remains to stall. I don't think I can this turn, though. What can I do instead? I'll just ready a Dark Matter on the boss. Go for a Plasma Wave. 0 because he switched his affinity, the cheating bastard. So, while he is charging this extremely powerful attack, he is extremely vulnerable to all forms of damage. Dogpile this man! If you have safety almost guaranteed, there is no reason not to just start going in on him. I'm gonna morale. And then I'll quick hide it. Just to make sure I get every enemy. Yeah, I have to. Damn. It's a huge sink, though. I don't wanna... Is there anything else I can do? Death Scream is technically less. Abyss Fall's too slow. Yeah, it has to be Death Scream. Raging God Angel. Gives him a strength and speed boost. This is the very threatening part of this fight, because he can outpace you and run you down in a matter of minutes. Gonna True Flicker. While everybody's still defended, Sacrifice Arrow. Goes for a Calamitous Star Shabbat. Oh, God. Now we're going to have to start the very slow process of moving everybody towards Weissman so Joshua can start poking him in the face. Binding Curse Orbit. Inflicts Shrink or Tiny. Which is a status that I do believe can't be cured. And makes the person afflicted deal decreased damage. You also can't inflict Weissman with debuffs in this form, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Mystery Paste for the heck of it. Oh no, you can cure it. Sweet. Gonna have Joshua True Dual Strike. Double hit. Need Kevin to keep moving up. Invalidate Ooga Booga Cycle. Will remove all of your buffs. He's not a very nice man. Chaos Spiral Pameric. Joshua protects against it, thank God. Just want to keep hitting Weissman. Weissman is now charging. Invalidate Vitality Cycle. Look at the X. Go Earth Wall, yippee. Use the potato sandwich. There we go. Goes for Chloe there, I think. Yeah. Angel Ring hits Kevin, doesn't do anything. Going to sandwich Joshua. Then use Grail Sphere at 2-stack. Give Joshua more turns, and Estelle can finally reach. God damn it, the one person I didn't want you to hit. An Earth Wall. Double crit, very nice. Cast Spiral. Everybody guards. Oh god. Just to show it, you can't debuff Weissman. Because I have the extra turn available, thank god. Go for a true dual strike. Oh god. Defense and arts defense down. Now is the time to strike. Gonna sacrifice arrow. Go for a blue ascension. 1.7k, not bad. We're about halfway now. Go for a Zerum capsule. And let Joshua attack while it's vulnerable. Yeet. 4k, very good. Shining Burst, Adante. Blue Impact. And then Kevin can sandwich. Pop up the Grail Sphere. Now, this attack, get out of the way immediately. You have to move, otherwise you will lose the character for the rest of the boss permanently. Do not even chance it. If you think you're too close, move further out. It has a very big delay on it, but if it hits you, yeah. You're basically down a character for the rest of this battle, and that's not a position you want to be in. Gonna get Kevin to sandwich himself. And Joshua's gonna have a Zerum powder. Actually, no, I'm just gonna hit it. Ruined World Noaba will vanish the party members stuck inside the radius permanently, even if they have a guard up. No matter what you think you can tank, move out the damn way. He only starts using the attack after halfway through the fight, so don't worry about dodging it at the start. I'm going to Zerum Powder to give Joshua all the CP he can get. Morale with Estelle to give everybody more attack. What is Kevin gonna do? Kevin's gonna eat a sandwich. Nom 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 nom. This time he's charging a strong art attack, so we can afford to go in for all the damage we can get. Go for a true dual strike. Gonna have Kevin sacrifice arrow to give Estelle a bit more EP. And then gonna S-break with Joshua. Raging God Angel. Doesn't matter if that attack's a crit, because it's not gonna connect anyway. Gonna use one of our EP charge 3s now. Bring Estelle back up to full. Chloe survives the attack because we are RNG gods. I'm going to give Joshua another Zerum powder. Boss is charging a strong attack. I'm gonna EP charge 3... No, that's throwing. I'm gonna Earth Guard Chloe on Estelle's turn. And then Kevin's gonna EP charge 3 himself. If it's not absolutely safe to do so, you don't want to lock yourself into doing an art, because that can get you killed if the Ruined World Noaba comes up and you don't have enough speed to move out of the way. I'm gonna give Chloe the other EP charge. And Joshua can do dual strike for more damage. Get the Earth Wall on everyone again. And now we might have to move. It shouldn't go for Ruined World Noaba when it's in this state, so you don't have to worry about the attack until it reverts, which is really nice. This is why I prefer Blue Impact to Blue Ascension, because the lesser delay can save your bacon sometimes when the Ruined World Noaba is coming up. $3k crits. Boss has about 28 health. 28,000 rather. Okay. Can I get you into that slot, Kevin? Yes, I can. Can I do it with anything useful? That is the question. No is, I believe, the answer to that one. So I'm just going to Tira Estelle. Gonna give Joshua a sandwich. Om nom. And then to stop myself getting cycled, I'm gonna Grail Sphere, 200. Yep. Made the right call. I'm gonna Tomato Sandwich on Estelle. This fight is an endurance test that you have to be paying attention to for the whole duration. And if you don't know the attack patterns, you are liable to die, just because the game says you die, because you get unlucky. It sucks. It really sucks. But it can be a lot worse. Also, best advice, don't get baited by a seemingly really good turn order into doing something that will get you killed. Like, if a crit's coming up, but you know it's gonna maybe leave you at risk of being ruined worlded, then don't take it. Unless you are, like, absolutely screwed and are just Hail Marying. Gonna use Sulfarion. Move Estelle over to the side up here. And move Kevin into this position to get away from that. Wheel of Time. And then Phantom Raid. We are almost there. You will run no more indeed. Almost there. Ruined World doesn't hit anyone. I have nothing else to use them on. And there's only one way I really think this should end. Screw you, Weissman. Screw you. And that is the final fight of Trails in the Sky SC on Nightmare Mode. I'll let the cutscenes speak for themselves, but I'll talk over the credits and explain my thoughts about a couple things once I get there. For now, sit back and enjoy. What? No. Absurd. The Aureole is gone? This is impossible. Impossible!
No, he escaped. Oh, who cares about that idiot? Way more importantly...
Loewe! Loewe, stay with us. Just wait a second. We'll fix you up. There's no need. You know perfectly well these aren't the sort of wounds you fix up. No. No, please, no! Loewe, I can't lose you like Chiron. That's just... No, I can't. Come on. Chin up. You look like the crybaby you were when you were a kid. That's right. I'm a weak, naive crybaby. I still need you, Loewe. So come on, stay awake. Just like a little kid. Listen, Joshua. If you find this unacceptable, then take a lesson from me. Don't end up like this. Don't die to protect what's important. Live. Live to protect it instead.
Loewe.
Estelle, I must ask you one last favor.
Of course. Anything.
He likes to act tough, but he's pretty tender-hearted deep down. Now that he's truly free of his curse, he needs to become a better man. So, please, promise me that you'll keep helping him. Take care of our little brother, okay?
I was gonna do that no matter what you said. But don't worry, Loewe. I swear to you, you'll always have a home with us.
Thank you. At least I finally understand why Chiron could smile like that at the end. Chiron, you were just as content, weren't you? Look, Loewe? Come on. This isn't funny. You can hear me, right? Come on. Come on! It all finally ended. We could finally be together again. Please. Please answer me!
Joshua. Oh, Joshua. Ah! Julia.
Goddess be praised, you're all safe. Wait, that's Loewe, is he? Ah, I see. After you descended, we were swarmed by those archaism beasts. It was only Loewe intervening on that dragon of his which saved us.
I see. Yeah, that sounds like him, alright.
If I may, what happened to Weissman and the Aureole?
Oh, right. Yeah, the Aureole disappeared somewhere. Weissman's also gone, but he really lost it when the Aureole disappeared.
It disappeared? Well, that could be bad.
Define bad. Please tell me the shaking isn't involved in the bad.
The Aureole was the main source of power for the city. We've removed the city's power source, and there's nothing keeping it afloat any longer.
Yes, that seems rather bad.
We should return to the Aureole at once. A good idea. I don't think everything will shut down all at once, but it would be best if we hurry. Kyle, Don, is the boat cut airworthy? Should be airworthy enough to save our skins, at least. We'll lift off as soon as we get back.
Alright, let's move, everyone.
There was a transfer gate near the elevator. That seems like the best exit. We should stay in lines to avoid losing anyone.
Joshua, I know you don't want to leave him behind, but we have to hurry.
Sorry, Estelle. You just go on ahead. Don't worry about me. Go.
Get it together, Joshua. Were you listening to a damn thing Loewe said? Didn't he tell you to live, to protect what's important to you? I don't know about you, but I sure was listening. And I promised him I'd stay with you and help you. I promised you the same once, too. If you think I'm just gonna turn my back on that, you've got another thing coming.
Estelle. Sorry, I really am a weakling.
Oh, the sword.
Loewe, I'll hold on to this. I'll deliver it to Hamel, to Chiron.
Joshua. Estelle. Joshua.
There's no time to waste. Please hurry.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm going now. Rest well with Chiron, Loewe. Absurd! This is a farce! This wasn't in the Grandmaster's prophecy at all. Unless...
Does this mean I, too, was being tested?
I shall have to have words with my master once I return. Sorry, but I think your question's gonna be deferred. Indefinitely. Kevin Graham? What are you doing here? Out of my way, insect. I've no time to deal with the gnats like you. What? The evil eye didn't work! Even with Gralswitter training, a fledgling like you can't possibly... Yeah, sorry, I've been putting on a bit of a show. I'm actually their number 5. I've seen my share of fights. Granted, when you were at your best and power tripping on the Aureole, I would have struggled. But now, you don't have a prayer. Not that you do that anymore, you filthy heathen. What? Yeah. Locating the Aureole's been kind of a sideshow, as you might have figured out. So, Georg Weissman, apostate and heretic damned in the sight of Adios, I'm here to send you to your final judgment. I see. However, Gralsritter, I think you'll find it a little hard to fight the Faithless on your own, with only... What? A stake? It's the Pillar of Salt! The calamity which turned half of Northumbria into a sea of salt! They would let you use that just to kill me? It's what you've earned, you faithless pile of filth. The Church does try to stay neutral in all things, but we can't overlook what you've done. Now kindly stand still and die quietly. You damn dog! Dog? You aren't wrong, I guess. You know, Joshua, you're lucky. You, at least, can get out of this sort of life. Is that jealousy I hear?
Kevin Graham, the heretic hunter in the Graalsritter's 5th Dominion. I must say, you're just as cold as the rumors said.
Ah, you're the fool, right? Sorry, but it's a bit late for him.
You may have heard, but I am here purely as an observer.
Purely.
To observe and oversee every single facet of the gospel plan and report the results, without exception, to the Grand Master. Weissman's self-destruction is simply another result to report, and wasn't anything I needed to stop.
I see. You Ouroboros type sure do love being mysterious, don't you? And you accuse me of being cold.
Are the Graalsritter really so different, I wonder? Now then, I'd say I've observed everything, I've found what I was looking for, so it's time I went on home.
What?
Well, good day, Mr. Graham. I hope we meet again someday.
Found what he was looking for. Could he mean... Well, whatever. That's out of my jurisdiction. I should hurry back and rejoin the others. So Estelle's group escaped from the Axis Pole while the Liber arc began shaking itself apart. With sudden immense reduction in orbital energy making the Halo rail unusable, Estelle's group began heading to the Aureole via the city's underground passageways.
Joshua! Are you okay? You aren't hurt, are you?
No, I'm fine, I think. Just had a strange moment of vertigo.
Like you were dizzy? Why would you?
Probably a side effect of the stigma's removal.
Kevin? What do you mean?
Weissman burned that thing into the deep to the very core of his subconscious mind. Rip it out like we did, and there's gonna be side effects. Vertigo, headaches, nausea. You're gonna be suffering for a while, Joshua.
Oh no.
It's alright, Estelle. Kevin made me aware of all the risks beforehand.
Joshua!
Hey, what's the holdup? If you don't hurry, you'll all be left behind.
Oh, right! Joshua, do you think you can run?
Yeah, I should be alright now. Come on then, we need to book it. Estelle! What? Here!
Uh-huh.
A less tremor collapsed some of the more fragile sections. Hey, you two okay?
Yeah, mostly. Oh no, Estelle! Joshua! Estelle! Joshua!
Oh, for crying out loud! Ain't there another way across?
This is the only way in or out of the pillar that we saw. Damn it, there must be another way. Guys? Don't worry about us. You go on ahead.
We'll find our own exit.
Don't be absurd! How am I supposed to look Cassius in the eyes and say I left you behind? We'll find another way across. Kara. Thanks.
Sorry. No matter what we say, though, a gap like this can't be jumped. We have no time to get rope, so they are going to need to find another route.
But this is the only path out.
Actually, I don't think this was the only way. This island seems riddled with underground passages. There must be another one near the pillar. That's right, I saw another gate just in front of the pillar. I think the sign said it was an emergency evacuation route connecting to the Calmare district.
Really?
Yes, I remember that. Calmare is where your ship is, right?
That's right.
Well then, if they use that, Yes. Given the damage to the city, this city's computer should have opened lock on it. Estelle, Joshua, you heard all that, right? Looks like that's your best bet. Use that to get back to the Aureole.
Will do.
We'll go as fast as we can.
Estelle, Joshua, please be careful.
We'll wait as long as we possibly can.
And you guys be careful too, and save us some seats.
Come on, we should hurry. I doubt we have much longer before the arc collapses completely.
Yeah, let's go. Cal said the entrance was just in front of the pillar.
Let's get the hell out of here. Damn if I'm being dust. Want to head back through the core sector. Almost there. Damn it. Let's go back, Estelle.
Well, so much for going back, I guess.
Yeah. This column won't support us for long.
Which means we're...
Estelle. I'm so sorry. If I hadn't tripped back there...
No, you don't need to say it. You bailed me out when I was about to be buried under that rubble anyway.
We're both screw-ups. But...
You know, it's really funny. Despite how completely screwed we are, I'm not actually scared. Are you, Joshua?
No. You're right. I'm not scared at all.
Hey, Joshua? Can I ask 2 favors here at the end?
Always.
So first, would you hold on to me, like, tightly?
Of course I will. There should be a second in there somewhere, I think.
Oh, so, even at, you know, the end of, things here, I don't want to be too pushy. I don't want to have any regrets and crap. How do I put the...
Don't worry, I can say the rest. Estelle, may I kiss you?
Yes. while, please. If we just leave them, Joshua.
No, Josette. We wouldn't make it in time either way.
No.
Damn it all. At the very end, too. What is the goddess doing at a time like this?
It can't.
We didn't make it in time. No frickin' way.
No. Julia, please! It looks like the escape tunnels lead to the northwestern edge of the island. Take the Aureole there at once. Forgive me, Your Highness. Even on your orders, I cannot do that.
The Aureole doesn't have full engine power back. If you get too close to the city, especially under it, we will not escape the city's collapse. Is that about right, Professor? You're right.
How terrible. It feels like I should say something, but what do you say to such a thing?
There are no words, I think. Those two. Damn it! They were just getting started, and now they're done.
We still... Joshua... Huh?
Come on, Dorothy. Try and show a little decorum at a time like this.
But, I just noticed that Seeger's flying around and looking awfully happy.
Huh?
Oh. Whoa, Ragnar, why are you here? What the heck are you doing here, Dad?
Well, you did restore the power to the entire country and divert a war. I shoved the details off on Morgan and decided to ask an old friend for a ride.
An old friend? Uh-huh.
Admit it, Dad. You just wanted to surprise us. And it's a pleasure to meet you, Ragnar. Estelle told me about you. Thank you for saving our lives. Thou needst not thank me, child of man. A new wind swirls about us. I simply spread my wings and sailed upon that fresh current.
Still, though, you really saved us. But hang on a second. I thought, Adios herself told you to only watch over people. Won't you get in trouble for saving us?
The charge given me was to watch over man until an answer, a true answer, was given unto the Shining Ring. And such an answer has now been offered up. The ancient contract stands fulfilled. Thus, upon hearing the Divine Blade's plea for a boon, I myself answered in kind. The ancient contract?
Another little mystery, but I can let it slide, I guess.
I haven't the foggiest what he's going on about either. After all, Hardhead here seems to enjoy holding back the details. Forgive me, friends. We of the Wing and Scale possesseth our own laws and statutes. So it is I say unto you, know that the gears of fate have finally begun their inexorable churn. And in their ponderous cycling, no force can stop them. The quest is done, but the campaign yet lies before thee. Gird thyself with wisdom, you who hear me now. I see.
Wait, no way!
Is the ball going to be attacked again? No. Those battles are destined to be fought elsewhere, and by different people. But those are concerns for another time. You two have worked a genuine miracle today. Don't worry about what's to come for now. You have earned your rest. Alongside your irreplaceable friends, who, I think, will be very happy to see you alive.
Yeah.
So, Trails in the Sky SC. What a game. When I started FC all the way back in 2021 now, I honestly didn't expect to be finishing second chapter so soon. And I'm a little sad, I guess. Not that I'm gonna stop playing Trails games now that I finished with SC, far from it. It's just that over the past 2 years I have gotten a bit busier, I guess. So I'm not sure if things are gonna slow down, or if I'm gonna be able to keep up a consistent schedule, but I can say that I'll do my absolute damnedest. Because it would be a shame not to show this game off, and this franchise off, to more people. Talking about less me and more the game now. FC, completely, in my beliefs at least, fulfills all of the setup in first chapter. And then some. It manages to get that boy meets girl formula, but it does it with a lot more attachment because you actually know all the characters first. On top of that, it also sets up a couple other underlying mysteries for later games, like what's the deal with Kevin? And what's gonna happen with Erebonia now that we stopped the Aureole? There's a lot of open-ended things that don't really get an answer, some even to this day. Like, the Crossbell series of games are only just being localized. So not the canonical sequel, because Sky the Third exists, but most people are only just now getting to experience the gap between Sky and Cold Steel, which I am looking forward to playing. It's just that everything's kind of fallen together, and I managed to finish this game at, like, the perfect time. On top of that, the, like, growth I've gotten on the channel from this game and FC has been huge, which is something I really can't thank Falcom enough for. And I guess all of you for sticking around. Because it has been a long set of games. But if you're here now, then clearly that means it was all worth watching. At least I hope so. I don't know, maybe somebody's binging this in 2026. All of that aside, the music is amazing. The ending theme of this game is called I Swear, and I highly recommend listening to it outside of this game if you haven't. In terms of sprite limitations, what the devs did with this game is incredible, but it is chock-a-block with writing, so I understand why it may not be some people's cup of tea. It's one of those games where if you're not the type of person to interact with things out of the main story and explore a bit, then you're not going to find as much enjoyment as you could otherwise. And I think it's a damn shame that people don't get to see these games or give them full dues because they are 2D and less graphically capable than Cold Steel. If you haven't played this game, even if you've watched me play through FC and Second Chapter, I implore you to give Sky the Third or the Crossbow games a look. I assure you, you will not be disappointed. There's not really any problems I have with SC either. The balance can be a bit skewed because of Shining Palm grinding, but ultimately, it's not too bad. I guess that's everything. I'll see you guys back here next time for Trails in the Sky the Third, whenever that starts. Stay safe. Your likes, shares, and subs are appreciated and keep me up in the algorithm, so do more of those if you can, and, well, I'll let the finale speak for itself. Kyron, I'm back. Here, this is from Loewe.
It's so good to see that smile, Joshua. I bet Loewe likes it too.
Yeah. Loewe and Kyron were as close as I've ever known two people to be. They wanted to be together forever, and I think now they are.
Yeah. Hey, can I say hi to Kyron too?
Of course.
Hi Kyron. Nice to meet you. I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. Well, for a little while, I was sort of trying to be his replacement sister without knowing it. But I couldn't really replace you. I guess now I'm, his girlfriend.
You guess? That's terrible.
Sorry. Still not really used to it. It's kinda, you know, embarrassing.
Oh, for the... It's still so very you, Estelle.
So very what? Do I detect an entendre buster? You know, when nobody else is around, you can sure be... sorry, I was in the middle of saying hello, wasn't I? So, I wanted to say hello and come with Joshua to see his original home. I'm looking forward to what's to come for the two of us.
Thank you, Estelle. I'm sure Kyron is very happy.
I hope so. I know I'm still sort of a dunce and not the most reliable person ever. I have to admit, I'm a bit worried about what I'd do if she ever thought, "You're not good enough to be Joshua's girlfriend, Estelle Bright. Shoo!"
I think you're overreacting a bit. If anything, I think Kyron would have loved you. You two would have been a nice contrast in terms of personality.
You think so? And there goes my entendre radar again, mister. So, you're saying I'm not as strong deep down or as calm and quiet as your sister, right?
No. I really do think you're strong deep down, actually. Calm and quiet, well, not exactly like Kyron, no.
Yeah.
But I'm not complaining. Always bright, optimistic, and shining like the sun. That's the girl I fell in love with.
What was that? You know how to go for the jugular with embarrassment, you know?
Sorry, did you not like it?
Of course I liked it. That's not the issue here.
I don't quite get the problem, I guess.
Okay, we've said our hellos, so let's be off. I can see Kyron rolling her eyes at us from the cloud tops.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
What is it?
Are you really sure about this? You really want to leave Liberl and follow me?
Oh.
My journey to atone for the sins I committed in the Society's name is my problem. So is my desire to strengthen myself and live up to Loewe. I'm still not sure if I want to wrap you all up in this.
Oh, for the love of... You always miss the important part. Ragnar said it, didn't he? This whole mess was just the beginning. Besides, I seriously doubt the Society's plans are all played out. And when those snakes strike from the grass again, I want to be even stronger than Dad. You're not the only one who has someone to live up to.
Stronger than Cassius. That's a tall order.
Well, go big or go home, right? Plus, I made that promise to Loewe, and I really want to see more places beyond the bow. I'd also like to try and find Ren if we can. And...
Estelle.
Come on, Joshua. Do I really need a reason to be with you?
No. No, of course not. You're all the reason you need. All by yourself.
Exactly. See, Joshua? What would you do if I wasn't around to point things out to you?
You're right. I'd be doomed. Let's go, Estelle. I have no idea where this path will lead us, but I'm sure something awaits us at the end.
Yeah, one step at a time. We'll walk it together until the end.
Thanks for sticking around, guys. I'll see you next project.
Bye-bye.